Every day, online predators make their way into homes uninvited and unnoticed. Help delete online predators. To learn what you can do to protect your kids' online life, visit cybertipline.com.
And we're back, and we thank you for staying tuned. And we have Reverend Smith. He's talking about what's happening in the month of October. What's going on? What new other new information you have for us?
You put me on the spot, didn't you?
Yeah. I because look, are people going back to the movies now as a form of normalcy, or are we still waiting? Because social distance is important, and then you don't know who you in the movie house with. So is that a problem?
I'm gonna answer that by saying yes and no.
Yes.
The good answer is it depends on what movie and what time you're going.
Yeah.
Now I did see a movie on the premiere night. It came out on a Friday, but I went on a Thursday, and sparsely. There's like maybe 10 people in the show, and the theater says that if you're gonna, because I bought some popcorn and stuff, I could keep my mask off while I was eating and stuff like that. But if you're not eating, they ask that you
keep
mask
your mask
up
on.
And everything.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing they say for the football games and everything.
Yeah, I heard the mayor was not too pleased with people not wearing their masks.
So that's I didn't see it, but I figured that a lot of people weren't wearing the mask and they weren't eating. They just took the mask off.
They were. There's a time. Only time you don't supposed to be wearing your mask is, like you said, when you're eating or drinking. Other than that, they want you to wear your mask in the Superdome, in the Caesar Superdome.
Right. Yeah. That brings on another question, because I was riding down St. Charles this morning, as a matter of fact, and what happened was I was going to book sale at the library on St. Charles Avenue, and I saw a streetcar passing. Nothing. I live in New Orleans, But then I saw a couple of riders, and they didn't have the mask on. And I was like, I thought you're supposed to wear your mask on the streetcar.
That's RTA regulation.
And I knew better, but and I hate to say like this. Some people want to be defiant, And I don't know. I wasn't on the streetcar. I couldn't say why he had his mask off or whatever like that. But it was a man. And I guess it was his wife and the kid, because he was facing this way. He was in the first section on the side seats. But it was just like, I looked at it and it's just like, there's something wrong with this picture, because everybody else
had their
mask on, And that's where I say yes and no, because if you do it right. I don't have no problem going to the movies. I don't have no problem doing this in the crowd with the mask. But if you don't have your mask on, I'm not one so vocal that I say, hey, like that, but I would say it's an authority.
Does it affect your comfortability? That may be a problem?
Yeah, honestly, yes. I take that back also, because did something a couple of weeks ago, hadn't done it in a couple of years. Went to the I won't name the restaurant, but it's a buffet. And they had the buffet, it was open and everything. They had the paper plates, they had the utensils that was, plastic and everything, but the buffet was open. I hadn't did that in so long, and it was just like, oh wow, But the person I was with vowed never to go to a restaurant and all like that inside.
They were at a restaurant?
Yeah, and they went inside with me.
They must have been hungry.
Yeah, but it was good, And so, I don't mind, that, because, of course, everybody had their mask off because it was eating, things like that. But, and everything was spaced out. So, some things are coming back to normal, some things. But then again, you still have some, can I call them knuckleheads, that will not adhere to the mandate of the Well, then it's not mandated. What is it called?
It is mandated.
Recommendation. Oh yeah,
It's a mandate. It's a
yeah,
mandate. It's a mandate. If the city, the state, they have mandates, and the governor comes back so
right.
often and says, "What's the mandate? Has the mandate changed?" And people I want to say disgruntled against some of the mandate, but it's for safety and hygiene and health reasons that we're doing this. As look, I can tell you, I know of some people that have contracted coronavirus, and some of them have been blessed to overcome it. Mm-hmm. Some have not, mm-hmm. and so I think. And you know, one of the persons said that they do not wish this virus on their worst enemy. Mm-hmm. So that lets you know how serious it was. And I talked to a lot of people and say, man, it's not anything that you want to contract. Right. And so if there's a way you can prevent from contracting it by getting vaccinated, by wearing your mask, by social distance, mm-hmm. by washing your hands with soap and water, then do that.
You know, I have a friend, an associate. He's a lawyer, but he mentioned to me about he had got COVID in last year, December, before the before the vaccine came out and everything. And of course, it was miserable, and he said he lost his taste of smell and lost the taste of smell and taste, you know. And it was just like, wow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that would be terrible for you, because I know you you love to eat, and if you couldn't smell the food you're about to eat, it would be a miserable thing.
Not just smell, couldn't taste it too.
It's almost eating cardboard.
I was going good. What they call it, rice cakes. You know, the rice.
Some people like those rice cakes.
I know, that's why I was being nice, yeah.
You're terrible.
Okay, like eating cardboard, yeah.
That sounds better.
Retract that.
That sounds better. Because as you did say, I'm not a fan of rice cakes.
Right. But this idea of having no taste and no smell, I probably could get over the smell part, but there's no taste, you know. And then again, the symptoms of with the heavy chest, you know, that it's hard to breathe. That's when they have to get on the ventilator and everything like that. So I understand. I don't wish that on my worst enemy.
Well, the person told me, he says, like an elephant on your chest.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
And it's like you every time you're breathing, you're just gasping for air, and you're just sitting there, you know.
You can't do much.
Again, we're interested in really getting back to normal, where we could have normal church services. You know, in your neighborhood. I'm sure in your neighborhood, right. You may walk outside without your mask, mm-hmm. and because you're in your neighborhood, you're right out in the front or in the backyard, but when you're driving around and going to different destinations, it's a requirement. Some places that you go, they require that, and guess what they're doing? They're even supplying the mask for you. I was going to mention the place, but I'm not, because it's a business place, but if you go if you go there, you don't have it, they will supply it for you. Yeah.
That's good, because I remember back in the day. Talking last year.
Yeah.
The place was supplying masks, but now you're charging you.
Well,
I'm just saying.
This place don't, but I mean, I've seen other places. They say you can't come in here without a mask.
Mm-hmm.
You say, then you know, like you say, they've graduated. They say, well, you got to go get your mask if you left it in your car, mm-hmm. and they you know, because they want that customer in, they want that person to go in there and shop. They say, well, here, we got one for you.
Right. And so keep up the mandate, keep up the state and city for the fact of saying, keep the mask on and everything. So I haven't had any, and I mentioned the buffet place because that was the first time in a long time that I went. And so...
So how did you feel going there? Was it I want to say, a lot of people, or did they have a little crowd, or how was it?
It was lunchtime, so it was It was a big area, so there was a lot of people. But
but it was well spaced.
It was. Oh yeah, it was well spaced and everything.
So it didn't look like the times when you would have went there and finding seats would have been a problem, or you know what I'm saying.
Well, we was in a booth, so basically everything was, I say 80%. You know. Now the thing about it is, and say you want a soft drink or something like that, you got to get that first, and it's all bottles. You know, you get a bottle of this, a bottle of that. Even bottled water, you know, and everything like that. Everything is disposable, you know. So I was talking to someone and they said, "Oh, they must don't have no dishwashers." You know what? They do have to wash the pots and everything. But yeah, so yeah, no paper plates, paper utensils. And
it's all disposable.
It's all disposable.
It's easy disposable. I know you're used to when you go to buffets there with the plates and everything like that.
Yeah,
you know? And I know somebody that says even at his house he don't eat off a paper plate.
We got paper plates at our house.
I'm just saying. He said, hey, he want his stuff fed to him on china. He says, even though I'm at home, I got to eat everything on china.
Excuse me. well, you know what?
At home.
I take that back because he's at home. You're right.
Yeah, at home.
Yeah,
you have that's your prerogative to do that, because guess what? Whether if it's you and your wife, your kids and stuff like that, hey,
right, it's home.
You make the kids wash the dishes.
Yeah, that's why I do the paper plates, so I don't have to wash the dishes. You know, as it goes. You know, but wait, did you know? Well, that's another story about a guy.
You told that story.
I told that story before and everything.
Story about
the guy said, "I run my house.
You run his house.
I run my house."
Yeah.
And I call my wife and I say, when I get home, I want that water hot. You hear me? I say, I want that water hot. And then he whispered, because you know I can't wash dishes in cold water. Then he runs his house.
He runs his house. Runs a vacuum cleaner. Run everything to make sure that house is run tip-top shape. Again, we want to thank God for Reverend Smith. We want to thank God for the activities. We will be bringing you more information about if learning more about assistance, different types of assistance in your rebuild. As much as we hear, we're going to put it on the air. And if you have information that you want us to know about, get it to us. At the end of the show, you'll see some phone numbers. Call both of those numbers and call us, and either you can come on the show or you can give us the information. Again, we thank God for Reverend DK. We thank God for his pastor. Thank God for you that watch the show. We encourage you to continue on watching the show. We say to you that you can go to a church of your choice. You're always welcome to come on out to True Love Missionary Baptist Church, 2710 Phillip Street. Worship time is at 8 a.m. in the morning. Come on out and be blessed. Again, we're thanking God for you, and we're asking that you pray for us, that God will continually bless us. God bless you. Till next time.